Yo, what's up guys, Juka here, welcome back to another trade recap today. We're going to do a trade recap of not a great day, not such a great day. Two trades on Nasdaq, but let's go through it, and let's go to the buyers and everything for the day. So market open, we have, market open we have these 4 hour lows right here and these 4 hour lows right here. So when market opened, we swept out these lows, we swept out these lows, we swept out these lows, we swept out these lows. These lows are already swept, so we swept out these lows and these 4 hour lows. So we are quite good, And then we also have these 4 hour lows formed and these 4 hour lows right here. So really strong draw on liquidity. The thing is, on Nasdaq, we also sweep out these 4 hour lows and these 4 hour lows. However, we do not sweep these 4 hour lows, which was tending me to a bullish bias because we formed 4 hour equal lows right here. They were not swept, they were almost swept, but they weren't, and not only that, we weren't forming a bullish S&T. If Nasdaq swept out these lows, I was going to be okay, 100% bullish. We have an S&T, we have no more draws on liquidity for downside. We are clearly bullish, but we didn't. So I was bearish for the day, if we sweep out these lows. So yeah, market open right here. What we do is sweep out these 1 hourly highs. Also, let's talk about liquidity for the other draws on liquidity. So we have this 4 hour fair value gap, and that's basically it on the S&P. Then we have this 1 hour high and 1 hour high right here. That's basically it for draws on liquidity and key levels. And then we go to Nasdaq. We don't have that 4 hour fair value gap. We have right here. Can mark that down. Boom. We go to 1 hour and we have market open right here. So we have these hourly highs and we have these 15-minute highs, which we mark afterwards. But yeah, the really big thing was the hourly high right there. And also these hourly highs, I believe, not sure though. Let me go to 5 minutes and see. No, not this for our eyes. So yeah, what happens? Market opens. I want to trade on the Nasdaq because of these 4 hour relative equal lows, and they are very strong draw on liquidity. Let's go to the trades, through the trade. So we sweep out hourly high. I think it was this one. Yep, we sweep out this one. So yeah, market opens, we sweep out this hourly high, we go up. Is it this one though? It is this one, yeah. Or this one, not sure. We sweep out the hourly highs, we go up. Then what I'm doing, I'm going to do 1 minute waiting for a confirmation confluence. So we get break of structure right here. Then we have a continuation confluence. We have a retracement to the fair value gap, and then I enter. I wasn't really entering on that because the fair value gap is right here. We have a retracement here. We enter on that kind of reaction. I should have put my take profit one right here, which I forgot to put. Enter with very low risk again. On this trade. My take profit one should have been right here. I forgot to set it, so I didn't set it up. I set it all the way down into this 5 minutes because they were 5 minute relative equal lows again. So very strong down liquidity in theory. So I didn't put it right there. This was my second trade, take profit. I didn't put it right here. So price went down to here, which should have been take profit one. I should have taken some partials and then would have gotten to break even, but I didn't because I was expecting these lows to get taken out. And yeah, it didn't happen. Price was reverted up and went up and sweep out more draws on liquidity. Then we go to the 1 hour or 4 hour. We are feeling not only 4 hour for value gap, we're also feeling these 4 hour 1 hour lows, 1 hour highs, and that's exactly what is happening. So we go to the 1 minute again. We are sweeping out these highs right here. We're sweeping out these highs right here. I'm waiting for a continuation confluence or whatever. We get a break of structure right here. I know this is a mess. We get a bullish S&T, which is for me was a retracement into the order block, break a block, and equilibrium, which we got right here. I enter off a break of structure right here. Enter on that, got stopped out. So what could I have done better? Really, just really, what I should have seen was really that was these 5 minutes highs, these relative equal highs. This low time frame draws on liquidity. So once price macro open, price went down. Feeling equilibrium. I should have seen an entry to the upside. And once I saw that I got stopped in my first trade and price was moving higher, probably looking for a trade right here or something. But again, I do not like to break my rules. I follow my rules. My bias was bearish. On the 4 hour, we were bearish actually. So on 4 hour market open, we were bearish. Even though on the daily we were bullish, but on the 4 hour we were bearish. So for the day I was bearish, and these relative equal lows as well. a very strong draw on liquidity. Yeah, you know, just a shame, you know, that this happened. But again, you know, learned a lot. You know, there was these draws on liquidity to be taken out, so I should have waited probably for price to go up, then wait for a reaction of that. Could have also waited for more confirmation on 5 minutes, but that's really the thing. On the 1 minute, just giving me much better entries lately, and again, it's been paying off. Very low risk today on both trades, which were good in terms of the PNL for the week. So I'm still positive on the week. So yeah, again, and good risk reward ratio as well. 8 risk reward ratio this first trade. You know, again, you know, if take profit one was right here, which I didn't set it up right here, you know, it would have been almost 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, you know, trade. And 2.2 take profit 2, take 3.5. Then again, the other take profits would have been insane. 1-to-8 risk reward ratio, and then that's why I was happy to risk low. And then this trade 12 risk reward ratio. That's why I was happy with risking only 150, because you know I was willing to trade these trades with smaller stop loss and bigger take profits, and take partials early, and then let price do his thing. But yeah, 100% transparency here in the channel. Took 2 losses today. Again, I lowered the risk earlier today because I knew if I took a loss, I wanted to take another trade, because my bias was just so strong for the day. Yeah, just a shame, that we didn't get the price that we wanted to. Again, the only thing we could have taken the trade off was just this liquidity getting swept on the, was seeing this 4-hour fair gap and this 4-hour highs, and then these 3 low time frame, low resistance liquidity right here, and market open, we go down, we sweep out these lows right here, then we get a move up. What I could have seen was just go to the Nasdaq, and we didn't sweep these lows. We formed actually relatively lows right here. So again, bullish S&T right here. And we are trading the lagging index, which is S&P, which is actually looking better as well. Boom. Then we get a 5-minute break of structure, but we usually go to 1 minute. We don't even care about that. We go to 1 minute, 24 break of structure, and so gap, whatever it is. We get a break of structure right here. Boom. On these eyes, we get break of structure. Then we're waiting for a retracement into equilibrium, order block, breaker block, whatever it is. We don't get it to equilibrium, I believe. Nope, we don't have to order block. We got the 2 order block. Order block is on here. We don't have breaker block. We don't have to anything. We have just really macro open. You could have entered out of the reaction of these lows getting swept or something. Again, just very tough price action for me. And yeah, just price wasn't moving the way I wanted to. And the only thing you could have taken trade off was just, if you take out this 5-minute order block, this 5-minute breaker block, because on the 1 minute there was really nothing you could have taken off. And just out of the breaker block reaction, enter on the reaction out of it, or if you want to be safer on the break of structure, stop loss, you can put it right here and then take profit all the way up to these relatively highs. Boom. A little bit bigger than what you like to, but again, probably up to these lows, but then you'll have been stopped. So again, when it is when I'm entering out of the break of structure, I'm putting stop loss a little bit below. If I was entering out of the candle reaction, which has been right here, it would have been a better risk reward ratio, but a little bit more risky. And yeah, again, 2.69 risk reward ratio, which isn't the best, to be honest, but it's a safer trade that you could have taken. But again, I didn't took that trade. I was looking for bearish. Everything said bearish, in my books, this draws on liquidity and everything. So yeah, it's really a shame. But it is what it is, journal about it, learn about it, and when you take a loss, you just really need to be okay with it. Again, I took 2 losses, very low risk both. I knew today I wanted to risk at maximum 300 because of yesterday win. I didn't want to give much money to the market, so 300 maximum. So I split that into 2 trades. Trying to make a strategy out of that, and it didn't pay off. It could have paid off, but it was much better than me risking more and then just being out with 1 trade only. So yeah, today the lessons for you guys is don't over risk, don't over leverage. Be careful with that. Of course today I split the risk into 2 trades instead of taking 2 trades with the same risk, which have been much more dangerous. And yeah, still positive for the week. Hopefully tomorrow I do believe we have news on the market, so yeah, we'll be looking at that, and yeah, just looking at what price wants to do. Again, today was a bit of a mess. Just I didn't, a shame. One thing I could have done was wait for 5-minute continuation confluence on whatever, but again, wouldn't have really changed much, you know. Like I will have went to equilibrium right here, you know. We you know, see the first trade, you know, see the equilibrium, go to the 1 minute. I think we got a we got a break of structure anyway, so the entry point will have been the same for me at least, you know. So yeah, you know, maybe not, because there wasn't a break of structure or inverse parallel gap, so maybe not. And then right here, you know, it wouldn't have been a trade because there was no 5 minute break of structure. So yeah, maybe look into that in the next trades, you know. Just really, you know, took the 1 minute strategy, low risk. But if I get a 5 minute setup tomorrow, I'll definitely enter with a little bit more risk. But me, I was careful, you know, with that. So yeah, you know, that was the trade recap. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed. Being transparent as always, you know. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, you know. And you know, I see you on the next one, really, you know, tomorrow hopefully. Yeah, again, there will be news, so be careful with that. And I'll do the trade recap right here if I trade or I do not trade or something. But yeah, no, need to do some backtesting, because after today, you know, need to do some backtesting up. And yeah, you know, really, you know, just try to follow my plans, or follow everything, you know. Just yeah, shame I should have seen again those 5 minute relative equal highs on Nasdaq and S&P. Also that, but that's the thing, you know, the same thing that happened right here, which was those equal lows being formed, also being formed right here, which was a bit of a shame, you know. But again, you know, if this was a bullish S&T, 4 hour bullish S&T, it would have been much clearer for me. We want to go up, and much clearer. But again, because we didn't sweep out those 4 hour lows, it just, you know, very strong draw liquidity, which I wanted it to be taken out. So, you know, again, not too bad. I don't know if tomorrow there will be enough conditions to get out these lows, but yeah, we'll see. You know, again, day by day, it is what it is. Manage well the risk, manage well the trades. You know, got the psychology up, you know, as well, because, you know, I didn't overtrade, took 2 trades with very low risk, controlled the risk as well. You know, yeah, it's just really a shame. You know, it is what it is. And yeah, losses, you know, it's the best thing that can happen to you, because you learn from it, you know. And again, I learned that, you know, this setup wasn't valid because, you know, 5 minutes, you know, I didn't got any break of structure, I didn't got any inverse parallel gap, I didn't even got the 79% extension, I believe. I'm marking shit wrong, I think. It's the opposite from the lows up to the highs, I believe. Let me check. Yeah, right here. Cool. We didn't even got the 79 extension closed below. Just entered probably on 1 minute market intuition, because, you know, I wanted those lows to get taken out, because very strong draw liquidity. But it is what it is, you know. And also these relative 5 minute equal lows, which was very strong for me, you know. That's why it was my take one profit and not right here. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. Again, could have taken partials right here, and boom, not a bad. It wouldn't have been a bad trade, you know. But it is what it is, you know. And yeah, you know, again, you know, we have to learn from mistakes and, you know, move forward, you know. Just a shame that price moved the way it wanted to be, but again, got the risk correct, got to manage the risk correct, the not over leverage, not over trade, and that's really the most important thing. So yeah, guys, hopefully tomorrow we have a better day, and yeah, we'll see you all guys on the next video. Again, bye bye guys. Anyways, I already was editing this video, and as you can see, guys, you know, we're already seeing a reaction to the downside. Like I said, it will happen, you know, like the reaction to the downside, break of structure, you know, and everything, and prices just moving down now, possibly going to hit all these lower time frame targets that we set. And yeah, you know, of course, I'm not going to trade. It's no longer time to trade. But you know, I'll keep you guys updated on this one. Maybe tomorrow, once market opens, I'll tell you what happened. But you know, again, you know, we are finally seeing the reaction that I wanted to see. You know, especially in 1 minute. You know, it looks so great. You know, it was break of structure followed by retracement into fair value gap. You know, and then just such a clean entry. It have been. But you know, again, it is what it is. You know, took my trade for the day. You know, got out of the market. Of course, I was going to be correct, but you know, it is what it is. You know, so yeah, just a shame. You know, that we didn't have the price action we really wanted to. But it is what it is. You know, again, bias was completely wrong. Bias was correctly. You know, I guess we'll see if it is correct or not. But you know, initial bias was clearly all wrong. Price went up, feeling more liquidity before doing its move, and now it's probably going to sweep out these lows, and then these lows, and these lows, and then these 4 hour equal lows, which were the target for the day. Probably not today, but maybe an Asian session or low-end session tomorrow morning. We'll see. But you know, it is what it is. I hope you guys liked the video, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.